Hey guys, this is Toxic Nectar. Hey, I think there's a change to the free-for-all scoring that could make it way better. What happens in free-for-all is you have win and lose. That really doesn't make sense to me because there's a lot of times when a player will place in second or third and have done really well. Should a person who gets all their streaks or runs and guns and gets a huge amount of kills and lands in second, did they lose? Really, free-for-all is totally scored incorrectly. You know, like if you have a horse race, or let's say a car race, or a guy that's running and there's a running race, there's not like one winner and everybody else loses. For example, like in a horse race, you have first place, second place, third place. Now they show this at the end of the game, the ending scene or whatever, you know how it shows like the top 3 players. But in your record, it shows it as a loss if you came in second. And that's totally wrong. Win and loss should be totally eliminated in free-for-all. Free-for-all should have its own scoring category. And the way it should be is, it should have whether you came in first, second, third, or whatever, you know. Maybe it just records the top 3. And then what would happen is then you could say, wow, you know, in free-for-all, I scored, you know, 25% of the time I land in second place, and 30% of the time I land in third place, and 5% of the time I land in first place. Now that would be actually pretty good information. Win-loss gets dumped in with all your team deathmatch and your other win-loss record, where it pollutes your other data in there. So I mean, the more you think about it, it's really a bad idea that they have win and loss in free-for-all. I think this is something that the developers really need to change. When you really think about it harder, it makes a lot of sense to make it place and not to pollute that in with your other scores, in with your other win-loss record. Like in team deathmatch, that's totally different. You know, so if you play team deathmatch, for example, all the time, or one of the other team-based games, your win-loss ratio looks really great. You know, like you win 50% of the time or whatever like that. But boy, you play free-for-all, and your win-loss record, unless you're just a total beast, it looks ridiculously bad. And it doesn't really reflect whether you're a good player or not. For example, let's say you played free-for-all, and every time you play, you come in second place. Well, in my mind, you're a great player. If you come in second place all the time, or a lot of the time, that's not a bad player. Or if you come in third place, these are good, you know, scores. So, I mean, I think you're not getting the credit that you should be getting when you land in that place. There should be some respect for that. But in Call of Duty, there's no respect for that. You get a loss. What do you think about that? Isn't that kind of wrong? Shouldn't it have place? Shouldn't place for free-for-all be created and win-loss be eliminated? I think that that would really change the perception of free-for-all. Because right now, free-for-all, I mean, hey, you got this one guy who lands in top, and hey, he's the top dog, and everybody else, you're a loser. That doesn't make any sense at all. The guy in second place did really well, and that's never recorded anywhere. Yeah, it's in some, you know, score list, but it's not, you know, it's not shown anywhere. I think it would be fantastic to have like a little pie chart somewhere that showed, you know, hey, half the time, you know, I got first place. The other half of the time, you know, second place. That sort of thing. I think that would be awesome. What do you think? Why don't you put that in the comments? I'd love to hear your opinion on that. And we'll see you again next time. This is Toxic Nectar.